Well, the season is drawing to a close and I want to give you guys my best ideas for the next season, what I really want to see changed and what I think was good about this season but could even be better implemented into the next one. So this isn't all going to be negative, most of it's going to be quite constructive. I also want to know what you guys think of this, because not only is this my ideas, but I think a lot of you will agree with what I'm about to say. Now, before we get fully into the video, can I please remind you to use code Ripire in the item shop. It is the most direct way to help support the channel. Now, let's go into my Season 7 idea. The first one is quite a big one, which is POI'S. POI'S, or point of interests, have been a big factor in Fortnite's game mechanics for ages, and we've also had the same ones for absolutely ages. Places like Retail Row and Pleasant Park have been in the game forever now, and I feel like even though they are classics, they just need to be pushed aside. I don't mean revamped, I just mean completely just rid of and replaced with something new, because although people do feel a bit of nostalgic going to there, and you know, it's always a bit familiar even if you come back to the game after not playing for a year or two, I just feel like it's taking up room on the map for places no one really wants to go. People only go to Pleasant Park in Season 6 for the upgrade in Bunker Jonesy, or sorry, the Jonesy the First, and the bunker chest. That's the only reason people even go there. And I mean, Retail Row, no one likes Retail Row. It's off the side of the map and it's just boring and old. So what I would do instead is just completely get rid of these, replace them with brand new locations, and as it seems the new season's going into an alien theme, I would have these replaced with maybe alien POI'S, something really cool, really futuristic, brand new ways to move about the map, maybe new ways to upgrade your weapons, or something I'm about to get into, maybe even upgrade your weapons in a new way we've never seen before, so I'll get into that in a second. But I think this would be a really good step into making Fortnite feel fresh and new again. Now, these new locations can't just be like the primal locations, because those were new, they were fresh, and yet everyone still hated them. And the main reason being is that they were really bad for materials and loot. So you can't just have a location that's new, it also needs to be beneficial for the player to be there, like Stark Industries. You had loads of loot, loads of ways to get out of there. You know, you had the helicopters, the infinite fuel cars, you had loads of ways. You even had zip lines going off the sides that would lead to rifts. I mean, can you imagine that mobility now? I can't, because we don't have any. That's why we need some more guaranteed mobility at these POIs, as well as better ways to find metal, brick and wood easier and quicker, because the primal locations just don't have any of it. So that would be a really good step to try and get people to go to these new locations. Now, the next thing is something that a lot of people had mixed opinions on in Season 6, which was the crafting option. Now, I liked this because it was guaranteeing you a solid loadout if you knew how to get it. A lot of people didn't like it though, because then you had to find a makeshift which wasn't so good to then get it to a pump that you did like. I would keep the crafting, but re-implement it where you could get rid of the primal completely. I don't think the primal weapons were a success at all. I think they should just be scrapped entirely, and replace them with the option to have upgrades in the way that you can add attachments to your gun. This has been hinted at a few times in various leaks, but nothing's been concretely shown in any gameplay or any teasers. But I think this would be a really excellent way to do it. And maybe you could have it with an alien spin-off, you know, like extra attachments. You go to alien locations and you can find special chests that give you attachments to upgrade your guns, make them shoot lasers or something like that. I think that'd just be really cool. Now, something else that I think is really essential for the game to survive is mobility. We have really limited mobility, especially in competitive. It's alright for pubs, I guess. You have cars and that's about it. No one really uses boats, and no, that's it really. And people do like the upgrades that you can do to cars, where you can throw tyres on them, make them go all-terrain. That is cool, but it also is a bit of a pain because you have to find tyres, you have to refuel the car. It's not the best. I think things like hoverboards would be a really good addition. Maybe even bring back the Baller. People liked the Baller. Helicopters. Maybe do a spin-off where it's a UFO or something like that, and you have to repair the UFO and then you can fly it around. It has unlimited energy because it's from like a black hole solar system where they have a new way of forming electricity or something. There could be loads of different options, and I think that's a real essential point, especially for competitive, when we don't have anything to move about. You don't have impulses, you don't have bouncers, you don't have launch pads or anything. So if you're in a fight and you don't want to be in a fight, there's no way to get away. You're stuck in that regardless, and that is a horrible thing to have in competitive. There needs to be a way to move around the map quickly, otherwise you're never going to get any kills. Now, the next thing is something that I think a lot of people aren't going to agree with, which is the animals. I really don't like the animals. I mean, the chickens are funny, don't get me wrong, but the others are just annoying. Like, the boars randomly ramming you, the wolves attacking you until you, like, die. They will not stop. They will chase you across the entire map. They will go through storm. They will do anything to kill you. Even if you go in a boat or a car, they'll still follow you. It's just really annoying. The same goes for the dinosaurs. I mean, just either get rid of them completely or just make them really, really rare. I think that would be a better thing, so you can see them and they'd be like, oh, that's kind of cool. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Instead of being swarmed with military armies of the things that will follow you till the land's end. And the other reason I really want them to go is for competitive, because they really do lag the servers. Because not only is a server trying to track like 100 players doing building, editing really quickly, they're also trying to track loads of animals all around the place. Now, I know the animals have a sort of radius around players at which they can spawn, but in competitive, players land everywhere. It's not like public games where people land in sets like POI'S. People land everywhere and anywhere in competitive, so it has that much more land to try and render in animal spawns. So just getting rid of the animals should help the lag a lot. Lastly, it's going to be something I've mentioned in loads of previous videos and they've never done it, and I really wish they would. There's a car that's just driven past and that's interrupted my flow there. I was about to say edits and materials. I think they need to change these because they've been the same for so long. Maybe add a new material with the alien update. Maybe like a brand new futuristic material that's really hard to get but it's twice as strong as metal. Or a really common one that's about half as weak as wood but really easy to get really quickly. There could be a lot to do with this and I feel like there's just not enough options right now. We've had wood, brick and metal since the game was launched and there's nothing that's ever changed about it. It's not like Save the World where you can upgrade the walls either. It's not like you could spend an extra 30 wood or 30 metal or 30 brick and get a better version of the wall at the risk of it being weakened for a couple seconds. That would be a really good idea and they haven't done that either, so I wish they would do something with the materials. As far as edits go though, there's been no change to editing ever. Like, they've made it editing better and faster over the years, but they've never made it where you can do different edits. I mean, there's loads that you could do. You could do like a archway edit upside down, or you could do basically any of the edits that you can't normally do upside down. I just think that'd be a lot better than just having super limited edit spaces, or maybe double windows, or really low, or just the bottom window. I don't know, there could be so many things. Can you imagine editing in a window at the bottom layer and just being able to shoot people's toes? I think that'd just be cool. Or throw a grenade through. That'd be really cool. I just want them to do something different so there's a new meta for people to learn. Because the fact is, the harder your game is to learn and the more effort you have to put in to try and get better at it, the more people are going to play and therefore the more people are going to enjoy it. I promise you that. Well, that's going to be the end of today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like and a comment saying so. Let me know what you thought of my suggestions down below in the comment section. I'll be really interested to see. If you want to join the discussion, definitely join the Ripire Empire Discord. There's a link in the description right now. We do video ideas like this all the time in there, so if you want to be a part of the videos, definitely join in there. But until this video, goodbye.